Hello, people of YouTube! My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for a future guitar and music-related video. This is Gray's Guitars, and welcome. So today we are talking about the Adams Jones 1979 Gibson Les Paul Customs that were stolen from a Sweetwater truck. And the thing is, this was a premeditated theft. I'll go ahead and put a link to the article that I'm viewing this off of down below as well. And the reason it was a premeditated theft was because they didn't go after a bunch of stuff. No, they specifically targeted these guitars. And the reason they specifically targeted these guitars is because they were basically sold out before they even went up officially for pre-order. They were gone. There were 79 guitars that were retailing at $9,999, and then there was 179 going for $5,999. If you look at the price on Reverb right now, because there are so limited number of these things made, honestly, Gibson could have jacked the prices on these and people still would have bought them. They could have even done 10,000 and 15,000 and they would have sold them all no problem because people love Tool and they want these. The regular version I am seeing for 10 to 12,000, and this is what they've sold at, keep in mind. And then the aged signed version that is $10,000, I'm seeing as high as 25 and even 30,000. I haven't seen one sold for 30,000. I think the highest I saw one sell was 22,000. So rich people want some wall hangers from their favorite band. Rich stoners, I should say, want some wall hangers from their favorite band is the best way to describe it. The good news is, though, we do have a list of serial numbers. So I believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4 of the custom aged and signed ones were stolen, and then the other ones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the other ones, regular ones, were stolen. So 9 plus 4 was that 13 guitars altogether stolen. Now this could have been like a random thing, something that wasn't premeditated, because if they just went in there and stole a bunch of stuff. No, but they specifically seeked out these guitars because they could easily make a huge amount of profit. You're talking about minimum $20,000 on each of the signed and aged guitars, so there's 80 grand right there, and then on the 9 other ones there's another 90,000 right there. So 80 plus 80 is 160. So possibly they could be making $170,000 off of these guitars. However, Sweetwater does have the serial numbers. So what does that mean? Basically, that means if you have any of these guitars, if you bought them off Reverb, at least you have some buyer's protection. If you bought it third party, unfortunately, you're probably not going to have that buyer's protection and you're out 10 grand or 20 grand, depending on which one you bought with the serial number. But if somebody runs the serial number, unless you're selling it through a third party or selling it any type of auction service, they're going to just run the serial number, make sure it's okay, see that it came up in the police station, and there goes your guitar if you bought this from somebody without checking the serial number first. So if you are in the market for one of these, and there's not a lot of them out there, so there's clearly people that want to buy these, highly recommend taking a look at the serial numbers before you purchase them, because if you purchase a stolen item, sure, you can basically just not say anything and you keep that guitar, and then if you go to sell it, hopefully that person doesn't know anything about serial numbers either, but there's a possibility somebody might run the serial number, figure out that it's stolen, report it to the police, and then you are SOL, because they're going to probably search your house to see if you have the other ones there, because you might have been the person in the first place. But the issue is with these is it's going to be very hard to sell these. Now, because the serial numbers are widely available to the public. The Detective Kenny Polly of the Wayland Police Department, if you know anything, his phone number is 317-535-8100. His email is also in the article as well that I will link in the description down below. But I don't really see how these people are going to sell these. Because they have a way to track them. And if anybody reads the serial numbers, and people that buy Gibsons, the higher end Gibsons anyway, typically always look at the serial numbers. That's just a thing they do. They want to make sure it's real, authentic, quote unquote, play authentic, if you want to go into that spiel of it. But basically, they just want to make sure 100% these things are real. why are these things so expensive and why are they so sought after? Adam Jones, guitarist of Tool. Tool is a widely, very popular band. There's only 79 of the, because it is a 79 Les Paul, so they did 79 of the signed models, 179 of the not aged, not signed models, which personally I probably would go after the not aged one. I like the original Silver Burst better. I don't like how it gets kind of that greenish tint over time. But you don't see a lot of Silver Burst Gibsons out there. Let's be honest. You don't see a lot of them out there. I mean, and they don't really reissue 70s guitars at this point in time either. You see a lot of the reissues right now are 50s, 60s. Not reissuing a lot of 70s style guitars. So I can definitely see it being value on both aspects of one. Obviously, there's not that many of them. Two, famous person. Signature guitar, and three, this is going to definitely be a collector's item, rare piece. They don't really reissue these vintage 70s guitars too often, and the price of these things is just going to keep skyrocketing, because statistically of that number, some of them are going to be broken, some of them might already be broken in the shipping process. You don't know yet. It is a possibility. Some of them are just going to get lost, etc. And eventually, 10, 20 years down the road, you're probably going to be looking at $50,000, $60,000 for this guitar. Is it ever going to, reach the price of like a 59 Burst? Probably not. But it's going to be a guitar that if you have the ability to get your hands on one, I highly recommend buying one, not the stolen one, of course, and just holding on to it until the foreseeable future, because give it 10 years, you're going to be making a lot of money. I can almost guarantee you're going to at least bare minimum double your money on this guitar if you keep it in very good mint condition. So this is not a gigging guitar unless you won't have the money to spend. You can make it a gigging guitar if you want to, but I would highly recommend making this a case queen where you take it out a couple times a week. Play with it, but other than that, just leave it alone. Make sure you condition the fretboard, keep up with it, good to go. So keep a lookout. I'll put a link of all the serial numbers down below. I'll just put the article because the serial numbers are in it. But basically, number of the signed ones, number 42, 69, 41, and 71. Those were the ones that were stolen. They're all kind of numbered. And then the regular serial numbers end with 1147, 1445, 72, 30, 91, 26, and 24. I don't think we don't really need to make this video any longer. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about this. The guitar looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the Jimmy Page Les Paul, where I think that's where her styling was going, where he's got the one pickup cover off of it, and then he keeps the pickup cover on the other one for tonal differences, as they like to say. I don't know. I don't hear much of a difference, covered and uncovered, to me. Maybe a little bit. It depends if it's wax potted or not. There's different things, but who knows? Let me know what you think down below about this whole situation. It's definitely interesting. Luckily, Sweetwater has insurance, so I don't feel too sorry for them. Let's be honest. That's only if they don't recover them, which they're probably going to end up having to report these as a total loss anyway, because the chances of finding them are going to be slim to none. Because if somebody bought a stolen guitar and they didn't do it through a website, which would give them the money back, then they're out that money. Because I can guarantee you, no one's going to want to be out $10,000. I'm sure I'm not. I don't want to be out $10,000. That's a lot of friggin' money to be out. Depending on, I guess, what your level of richness is, I guess, is the best way to describe that. So yeah, I think we'll just end it here. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.